kind of move linearly along the path, and you can take your third base. But Zerg vs. Zerg, a very dynamic matchup. I know I was talking about earlier on the UBC StarCraft forums about the Protoss being rock, paper, scissors. Zerg vs. Zerg is pictured by two guys in a knife fight, and I think that's pretty appropriate. But now for our players, we've got XaiZai's from Team Clash spawning at the left-hand side of the map, and he is going against Mkengyn from xSix. Pretty cool clan. Julia's on that clan, or how she says it backwards. But he is spawning at the top of the map, and looks like they were actually talking about KFC in the lobby. I can't remember who it was, but one of them is very, very hungry right now.
I think XaiZai said, I'm excited to go for KFC, and Mkengyn's just like, it's not Toonie Tuesday, bro. Get with the program. But good choice nonetheless. So yeah, I am excited for this knife fight because, yeah, like you were saying, it's just an incredibly volatile matchup. Things can get violent so quickly. One Baneling, I've seen in my buddies, well, he's only in silver, but you know what? For the sake of example, he lost 18 Zerglings to one Baneling. He did a move onto that Baneling, don't get me wrong, but that is still insane. That's a lot of Zerglings to go to one Baneling, so this should be exciting.
18 lings, yeah, to one Baneling. That was pretty hilarious to watch. The ending of that game was actually hilarious as well. But I digress. We are back in this game. BC is actually out to a commanding lead right now, 3-1. So Mkengyn is going to try to get Alberta back into this. We want as a competitive matchup as we can. So Mkengyn from xSix, very prominent team. A lot of people know about xSix, so you can definitely check them out. And spawning pool going down right now, but it looks like XaiZai is going for hatch first.
Yeah, interesting. I don't really know if Mekt is going to go with a lot of pressure here, but he definitely should, because hatch first, if he gets away with that, that's a big deal, especially in this matchup. But yeah, it looks like, ooh, good block by XaiZai there. Is he going to, oh, okay, and he drops it there. So not a huge delay by XaiZai, but definitely given Mekt, I'm just going to say MK because I can't say his name, and giving him a little bit of a hard time, harassing a little bit, but he is going to go for, I believe, a Speedling expand.
Looks like our mirror matches today, everyone is kind of agreeing that they're kind of playing a gentleman's game, it seems like. Neither of these players going for any kind of one-base attack right now, both of them choosing to expand. XaiZai actually doing a very greedy, economical build right now, so we have to see what the follow-up is. Roaches or Banelings, that's kind of the two options as far as I understand it right now. Both Overlords running across the map. We might see an Overlord high five here. One of them's actually moving, the other one's not. They might have one of those awkward, do I go in for the bro fist, do I go for the hug, the pound, sometimes it's confusing.
Different
and then
territories got their different greetings,
exactly.
Like it's hard to know, but yeah.
He's blue and he's on the wrong side of the map.
Do I even say hi? Like, is that acceptable? Is my team gonna hate me for it? Yeah, we do see two lings coming up into the natural. He's gonna see that hatchery done. He does have two queens coming out and 6 lings of his own, as well as speed coming out. So, whereas our teal Zerg has no speed in sight, and I believe he hasn't even taken his gas yet. Oh no, he has. So once he gets 100, I'm sure he'll upgrade that speed. And yeah, moving on forward.
Both these players continuing to drone up. Not too much aggressive movement going on. We do see some lings kind of fighting it out in the middle of the map. Watching Speedling versus Speedling is crazy. Just they go so quickly, and the surrounds, and it's really crazy to kind of watch. It's like nothing else. But we see a Baneling nest. Now that's huge. Banelings, really huge in ZVZ. If you can get a good hit off on your opponent's Zerglings, on your opponent's drones, you can really change the game. And if you lose those Banelings to nothing, that you can really lose the game that way. So Banelings are very, very dynamic in ZVZ.
Wow, that was an incredible scout by XaiZai. He is gonna see no Baneling. Oh, did he see that? I think he saw that. Wow, very sneaky. I don't know if he clicked it in time, though, but he probably knows, like, the size of that building. He knows that's not a spine crawler. He knows that's something. And we do see a spine crawler going down by XaiZai, but good decision on those Banelings. Defensive Banelings in this matchup are just so good, because how are you going to push in if there's 3 explosive units just chilling there? Like, especially with lings, unless you can micro the lings good enough that you can send one in at a time, but with the spine crawler there, that kind of eliminates that tactic.
Exactly. You know, I have to agree with everything you said. Both players looks like they're being pretty good, being pretty good at injecting, and the food count's pretty close here. And more banelings coming in, more drones coming in, and a third is going down for both players at almost identical timing.
Yeah, no, at this level of play, like we just saw with that PvP, just same timing on expansions, and again on the ZVZ, they just know when to go for that third. They're like, yep, timing, going for it. So we do see the exact same coming out for each other, but we do see a Roach Warren coming up for MK here, and a double Ego Changer coming up for Chamber for ZaiZai. So he's going to go double upgrades opposed to the one upgrade of MK, and let's see if that pays off for him.
Nkengyn has actually scouted the third of ZaiZai. He had a Ling there, took a couple bites of that. Is that cannibalism? I'm not sure. Well,
yeah. We frown upon that. I'm not really sure.
But he has scouted it nonetheless, although his third actually is getting scouted as we speak. I think there's a little tiny blue dot there on the minimap, and it runs away. So both players know that the third is there, and both players getting upgrades out right now. But as you said, ZaiZai is getting both attack and... you can basically just hold your breath right now. Is he going to get a good hit? Doesn't. Wow. Really interesting control right there. I feel like a lot of Zerg vs. Zerg is a knife fight, and you kind of just, you know, hold on and see what's going to happen. Those Baneling hits are really critical, how they go off, how many units they kill. Now a Roach Warren going down for ZaiZai.
Yeah, exactly. They're kind of going to have more or less the same-ish kind of units. Very close drone count, like what I was just saying before. This caliber of play, there's not much more that you can do to try and get ahead, other than skip units, and they basically skipped enough that they're identical in drone count right now. So both are going up to that lair tech, which was inevitable, and yeah, let's see if one of them goes through the spire or what's going to go down here.
Food count is actually pretty different, though. They have the same workers, but it looks like ZaiZai is behind right now by a little more than 10. We'll have to see how that difference keeps going.
Oh, just jumped to 20.
Oh, wow. And Speedlings running across the map. Looks like they're going to get a bunch of drones here, actually backing out because the Banelings are coming in here. How are these Banelings? Oh, the Banelings running in, but it looks like MK pulls back at the appropriate moment. No Banelings actually going off yet.
Yeah, excellent control by MK. He was like, oh, I'm coming in for some free kills. Oh my god, there's 3 Banelings running towards me. And he just ran out, didn't lose anything, and just putting on some pressure. Always a good idea in these mirror matchups, that's for sure. And we do see Burrow being upgraded for ZaiZai. So let's see what he's going to do with that. Maybe some Baneling bombs. Who knows? I'm not really seeing that, but bam! That is a lot going down. Baneling versus Baneling. Wow!
Oh, 3 drones going down right there. Gonna go for some more drones. Hitting 3, but not killing any. All of those drones going down to very low HP, so only 3 drone kills right there. I'm not really sure how useful those Banelings were. The food count is about, I was actually going to say what the difference was, but it's only a difference of 3 now. So that is almost identical. Both these players playing very well. Look at the production tab right now. We've got crazy upgrades coming out for both players. Overseers, Roaches coming out, Burrows coming out, and a Hydralisk Den, which I think is actually the most important part of the production tab right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hydras with Roaches, that can be, like, that's a really good combination for sure. Until they get Infestors out to really deal with that many units, it can turn pretty ugly pretty quickly. So we do see 5 drones coming out for each player, and a 4th coming out for MK right now.
Hydralisk range being researched as it should be. We're seeing a big Ling run by right here, trying to snipe the Queen. Doesn't look like he's going to get anything except for a lot less Zerglings than he had originally, but gets a decent scout off, and, well, not really. He kind of knew the third base was there. There's no tech revealed, so accidentally kind of losing some Zerglings right here. We're seeing an Overlord stare match, but it looks like one's looking a little more to the left, and the other one's looking to the left of the other one, so they were refusing to look at each other as they are evil, evil enemies, but neither one able to move anywhere.
And we do see a Changeling just running around with the army of MK. So ZaiZai knows that these Hydras are here and are moving out across creep. So could he... I think he's going to ambush here. Oh, those are way out of position, and those are way too slow to get back to the base. I believe he's going to lose all his Hydralisks here, or all the ones that went out onto the map anyhow.
4 going down, but as soon as they hit creep, they speed up incredibly, put their Nikes on as soon as they touch that goop, and they are out of there. I think 3 were lost right there, but we are going to see some Infestor play. ZaiZai getting out 4 Infestors right now. Infestors can be huge as well, locking that army into a position and doing a good amount of damage. 10 Roaches coming out. These players are really... Oh, wow, look at this. We're seeing a decent engagement, but it looks like ZaiZai has more right now, but he's actually pulling back. Could have been wrong about that. He's actually looking to take out the 4th base as well, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get it. Doesn't look like it, but Burrows... Nice move. Are we going to see an Overseer run down here? Not sure if anything's moving, but ZaiZai is actually moving into the main base, running up into these Spine Crawlers, allowing all the Roaches to shoot at once, making very quick work of those Spine Crawlers. Unburrowing, looking to attack right now, but does not have as many Roaches. It looks like ZaiZai's trying to do a lot of misdirection, but I'm not sure how well it's working out for him.
Yeah, no, exactly, and that was great multitasking there by ZaiZai. I believe he did end up losing quite a decent amount, but it was a good idea, that's for sure. And he comes out with, he's got 4 Infestors, and he's got 2 more on the way, so late game does turn into this. I was watching just DRG and Nest T last night, actually, and they were doing the same kind of combinations here, where you get those Infestors, the large Roach armies with the Hydras for 1 player anyhow, and it just all comes down to those fumbles.
Food count identical at the moment. Both players playing very well. Bunch of Infestors moving out. These Infestors can be absolutely clutch. That blue actually looks really good on the Zerg army. A little bit of an ADD moment there. Black on blue. Black on blue looks good, man. It's nice. Teal looks good, but not as good, I would say. But both players have Infestors right now, and actually looks like ZaiZai's maxed out.
Yeah, exactly, and he's actually pushing out here, but the arc for MK is going to be way better. Good job by ZaiZai just pulling back, because he does not want to do that. He's going to set up his own arc at the top of the ramp, and this is just going to be an epic stare down right now. Like, I see you come up the ramp, they're like, no way, you come down the ramp, and we got some epic camera control here by James Choi, and he's just making this look even more epic than it already is.
He is our Korean approval. We have to go through him for everything StarCraft. Now, both of these players are maxed out right now. Both of them are on 4 bases. A 5th base could be pretty important right now. Upgrades are very important, and these players have kind of sat back. We've seen some small engagement, but it looks like ZaiZai is going for the 4th right now. Huge fungals going down on all the Roaches. Massive fungals going down, but it looks like most of the Infestors for ZaiZai getting cleaned up, but not after they're dishing out massive amounts of fungals. There's fungals on both sides, but it does look like MK is actually, I was going to say resupplying a bit quicker, but this is so quick. They shoot up to 200 so fast once they start using all that larva. It's hard to even watch, but the 4th base has gone. Huge fungal going down on the majority of the army right now. So many Roaches rushing in here. Looks like ZaiZai could take a commanding lead.
Yeah, I think exactly what you just said there. I think he's going to take a very nice lead here. He took out the 4th base of his opponent, and now he's just pushing up even more. He may lose his army eventually, but he is still mining for more bases, essentially, than MK.
It does look like MK is going to clean this up right now. Looking at the income tab, look at that. It's completely lopsided at the moment. Completely lopsided, so that could spell disaster. There is a base going down for MK right now, but it looks like it's getting cleaned up, or at least took a couple of hits, but ZaiZai is aware of it, and ZaiZai taking a very commanding place in this game. I'm hoping MKs can pull out some really clutch maneuvers. I would love to see this series go to 3-2 rather than 1-4, and looks like we got the Automan, or however you say that, selected right now, and just seeing what he's doing. But looking at the supply, ZaiZai is maxed out while his opponent is only at 156.
Yeah, exactly. If he can secure this 5th base, he's going to be in a very good spot. And we do see these Roaches coming up here to be greeted by 2 Spine Crawlers, and that should give him enough time to bring all his units up there and protect. But I think it is going to be a 2-pronged attack here. He's going to try and take out the 5th at the same time. Nice. Is he going to be able to hold it? I don't think so. He's definitely going to have to cancel that. Oh,
no cancel.
No cancel. That is unfortunate. At this stage of the game, they are floating quite a bit of minerals, so that's not a huge deal, especially when you're mining from an extra base than your opponent. It's not a big deal, and he is indeed not going to get the 4th here. I think that this is going to get cleaned up by ZaiZai quite easily with that extra defense.
MK, though, pushing the front right now, targeting the Queen. That Queen had a lot of energy. Going to be able to do some decent damage here, but now the Roaches of ZaiZai are moving in. Nice fungal going down there on the majority of the Roaches, but he does have even some more Roaches in the main. MK, what is he targeting right now? Just drones. And looking at the supply, ZaiZai is still ahead, but I really like this harassment by MK, doing very, very well. And if we could go back to the units tab, what was that I saw there? Just flashed up for a second. Workers killed. Yeah, it actually looks like ZaiZai is doing much better on that account. We see MK moving in here, getting a really good surround at his face on all of these roaches.
Yeah, exactly. And ZaiZai looks to be